Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back. Today is day 2 of your math lessons. Yesterday we talked about telling time to the hour, and we went over all the different hours on a clock. Well, today's lesson is going to be a little bit the same, but we're going to add something else in. We're going to talk about odd and even numbers along with the clock. So when we think about odd and even numbers, it kind of means, okay, do I have enough to share? And if I do share, is it going to be equal, the same? Because if it's the same and both people can have the same amount, we say that those are even numbers. If I have 3 pieces and little Sally has 2, well, 3 and 2 aren't the same, so those aren't even. We would say that that would be odd. So we're going to just come up with a few different numbers here to figure out if they're odd and even. And to practice and help us, I have little animal crackers and I have little baby Sally here. So when we start, we look and say, okay, I have 1 cookie or 1 animal cracker, but I have 2 people. Can we both have the same amount? No, because if I give her the cookie, do I have a cookie? Nope, I wouldn't have a cookie. So we would say that the number 1 is odd because we can't both have the same amount. Now, if I had 2 cookies and I gave Sally 1 and then I gave myself 1, now do we have the same amount? Yeah, we both have 1, so we would say that the number 2, oh, you can't see those, there we go. So we would say that the number 2 is even because Sally and I can each have 1 cookie, so that's even. Well, if we bring another one here, and I give that one to Sally, now she has 2, and I only have 1. Is that the same? Are those 2 equal? Nope. So we would say that the number 3 is odd. But if we bring another cookie in and I give it to myself, Sally has 2 and I have 2. Are those the same? Are 2 and 2 equal? Yep. So we would say that the number 4 is even. And if you notice, your odd and even numbers kind of go in what we call our AB pattern. So we start odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even. So if we keep doing that, we would have 5 is odd, 6 is even, 7 is odd, 8 is even, 9 is odd, 10 is even, 11 is odd, but 12 is even. Now I stopped at 12 because when we look at our clock, it goes to the number 12, okay? And that's important to know because of today's lesson. You are first going to work on your even numbers. So you need to find the page that says Day 2 Math, and it will be a page that looks like this. It has your clock on it, and it has some missing numbers. Now, the directions say fill in the even numbers on the clock. Now, remember, even numbers are the ones that you can split to where you both have the same. So we said 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 were even. So on your clock, make sure that you put your name at the top so we know whose it is. And on these open spots, you need to fill in the missing even numbers. So after you do that, look at the bottom, and the directions say, what time does the clock show? That's where yesterday's lesson comes in. Now remember, this long hand is your minute hand, and it's pointing to the 12, so it will be a new hour, which is ... 00. Now look at your small hour hand. And if you wrote your even numbers in correctly, you're going to be able to tell the correct time on this clock to write it down here. Okay? Now, on the back of your page, it's blank, but on the back as a bonus problem, I want you to draw your own clock and put your big minute hand pointing to the 12, and then pick whatever number you want for your hour hand, and then write what time you made your clock show underneath. All right? Well, I guess little Sally and I are gonna go enjoy our cookies since we have an even number of cookies now. Have a good rest of your day.